What's going on, guys? I'm gonna try and make this video while my cat is over here meowing and just wanting my attention. So I'm gonna multitask here, multitask as he's licking me as I'm petting him right now. So yeah, I'll try and get into the video here. Well, thanks for stopping by the bonfire. And today I just wanted to talk about some of the things that I've been seeing, in the last couple of weeks. I've been seeing these videos of these guys that are talking about their lives and stuff. They're these faceless videos, but they just hop on there and it's like a way for them to vent, right? And a lot of these videos they talk about how they're neat. I don't know if you've ever heard of that term before, but basically it means they're not seeking employment or doing any education or training or anything like that. Talking about how their lifestyle is just so isolating and, really just depressive, right? And these are like men that have just kind of just they've given up. Like, to be honest, they they themselves say that they're cooked. They got receding hairlines. They're balding. Um, yeah, they're scared to talk to women. A lot of these guys are actually like really traumatized by like their mothers and stuff who like never gave them the opportunity to like make mistakes on their own. Like, I think the term for it is called the devouring mother um, archetype. It's basically where a mother will not let you think for yourself, like completely control your life. And the moment that you want to break away from it, they like guilt you and stuff like that. I just thought that was really interesting. And these guys are talking about it, right? Talking about how their mothers um, essentially like they said, "You're mentally ill, you're mentally ill, you're mentally ill," and they're calling like the ambulance on them and shit, and like the paramedics come out, they're like, "There's nothing wrong with your son. There's Why are you calling us here?" And like the mother will call them three more times, and then finally the paramedics are like, "If you call us one more time, we're gonna call the cops to take you to jail." These are like the mothers that these guys have, and I don't know. I was listening to it. I just found it really interesting to see like that type of lifestyle. These and the weird thing is they actually seem pretty normal. They somehow turned out pretty okay given circumstances. Um, but yeah, they were just talking about their lifestyle and how they've just basically given up trying to meet women, given up on even having a sex drive or anything like that. I just was And apparently, like, a lot of men feel this way. Um, I haven't met any of these people, but uh, I feel like it would be nice to like meet one of these people and like try and just help them out of this situation. Because, dear God, it must be isolating. Like, even some of these people are like addicted to alcohol, right? And then like that was like the only joy they had, like, was drinking. Like that was the only time that they had any conversational skills because they were too scared to do it, sober. And I don't know. I think there is like a completely silent, tucked away group of men that have just been like forgotten about, and they've just completely given up. And they got some of these guys that are talking about their lifestyle, and all those people are like, "Yep, this is my situation." He speaks for us and stuff like that. And damn, I can't even believe so many men actually even feel like that. But yeah, I mean, I would personally, I don't know. I don't really care. Like, I'll talk to anyone. I'll be friends with anyone as long as you're just a genuine good person. Like, I'll talk to you legitimately. Like, I really have no problem with anyone. Like, the only time I probably wouldn't talk to someone is if like they're just completely like batshit crazy out of their mind or something, and like you can tell like you need to get away from this person. If you ever get the feeling you need to get away from a person, you should probably listen to that gut reaction, cuz I ignored that exact reaction many times, and it took me years to get rid of so many of these completely toxic people out of my life. Should have done it sooner, but is what it is, right? Is what it is. You live and learn. And oh yeah, I my girl was actually just showing me this right before this video because I was thinking about, well, what am I going to talk about today? A lot of people are, just angry and they want to argue about something or whatever, da 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 da. And she was telling me there's this group of people and they call themselves dinks, DINK, dinks, which is essentially um dual income, no kids. Like it's basically like a new lifestyle of our generation or whatever, where it's like you you have dual income and you like make fun of people who have kids or whatever while you get to like go on vacation or something like that. And it's like that's the lifestyle. It's I don't know. That's the new way of life. People are not having kids anymore. They rather keep their income and go to Disneyland, I guess, and go on vacations and all these other things. And of course, like everyone wants to have a vacation, everyone wants to have a good time, right? But that shouldn't be like your central identity, that like having fun every single day without children, to pass on like that fun and joy. What kind of lifestyle is that? I mean, that's just my point of view. I mean, you got people out here who are suffering because they want to have children, like they're infertile or whatever, and they wish to God they would have the opportunity to have kids, right? I even know a few people myself who had to freeze their eggs because they just had complications, right? Like they had to freeze their eggs and somehow they actually were able to have a kid with those eggs, which is kind of a miracle in itself that we even have technology to do that type of thing. But besides someone who has a miracle story like that, you got people that wish to God that they could, have children, and they can't. And if you have the opportunity, to have kids and like you're a good person, you should have kids, pass down, stuff that you enjoyed from your life onto your children, it could be fishing, hunting, playing a game or something, like I look forward to those things with my children, not hunting or fishing. I was never taught how to do any of those, but playing Donkey Kong 64 with my kid, I can do that. I can help with that. I can definitely handle that one, or like climbing trees, I used to climb trees as a kid. I mean, you ain't catching me probably going up there these days. I can't even believe the stuff I was doing as a child, climbing trees, like super high trees at that. And I even remember one time I actually fell out of a tree and there was like a little red wagon like at the very bottom because I used it to like get up onto the tree. And like I went up like a couple of branches and I actually fell down and I hit like the side of my head or whatever, like on this thing. And I just walked it off, completely fine. As where like if I was an adult now, that would be like life changing disability to me. I'd have a caved in head or something. But as a kid, you could just take these life ending catastrophes to the face and you're just, huh? No. Let's play freeze tag now, Just like I don't know. It's crazy how uh kids can adapt, their body's changing and growing stronger. And then you get older and then your body's decaying away. But yeah, for me, I couldn't imagine not wanting to have children. I would like to have children. It's very difficult to try and do it, but I think that's the point is, anything you want in life is going to be difficult. Getting out of the bed in the morning, for most people is difficult these days. I mean, some people have it so rough that they just give up. They can't even brush their teeth anymore. They gave up, you know what I'm saying? And then, you have to fix yourself and learn how to, redo it. I mean, I had a therapist that told me, yeah, like when I was talking about that brushing teeth story, it came to mind because that's actually what I heard. I had this therapist that told me, yeah, I had this patient, right? And they had a problem brushing their teeth because like they were so depressed. Like that's how you know you're depressed. Like you stop taking care of yourself like hygienically. Like that's the sign, right? And it was a woman too. It wasn't a man that this happened to. It was a woman. And I don't know the situation you could be in, but she was telling me that she had to tell her to just brush one tooth. Just don't even commit to the rest of the teeth. Take your toothbrush and just brush one tooth. That's legitimately what she told me. And, when you are told to do something like that, you're like, all right, I'll brush one tooth, whatever, right? And then it's like, well, why the hell am I here? I might as well brush the other, you know, teeth at this point. So, it's all about just starting, just starting to do something, starting a new habit where you can actually benefit your own life, right? You can improve your life in some way. I mean, it's the same thing with going to the gym or whatever, just go, just go once, and then you go and you're like, all right, I'll go here maybe for 20 minutes or something, right? And then it's like, all right, well, that was actually maybe a warm up. Maybe now I'll do some more exercises or whatever. I'm feeling more warmed up. And then you stay there for an hour and you got your workout in for the day. And then, 2 days or whatever go by and then you're like, okay, let's go back. It's just about starting. But yeah, I actually wanted to talk about, I guess, tying this all together, these people that don't want to have kids anymore, and then these guys that have just completely given up. I mean, the thing they have in common is they have given up completely on children. That's the thing. When you look at the person who has this thought process, right, where I just want to have vacations, I don't want to spend the extra money on a child. They are thinking the same thought, like, I don't want to have children because it's hard. That's the same argument for the other guy who is basically saying, I'm going to stay with my parents and I'm not going to work. I'm not going to do anything. I see society's collapse, blah, blah, blah. I can't have children. I have this anxiety when trying to talk to women. It's the same thing. They don't want to have children. They don't want to put in the effort to have children. And I think that's kind of what a lot of the problems over here in America have stemmed from is a lot of problems is how am I going to have a child and how am I going to pay for the child or do I even want a child, right? I mean, we're getting rid of our children through many different methods, and it is heartbreaking to see the complete lack of care for wanting to pass down beautiful memories, with someone that shares a genetic trait, that's similar to yours, sharing the same DNA, sharing the blood that came from you. It's sad to see that most people don't want that. And just to talk more on this, I don't believe everyone deserves to be a parent. And what I mean by that is, some people they're just downright evil people, right? And um they abuse their children, they just completely don't care about them. Like they just throw them in a corner. Or you want to know something that actually gets me is and this is very prominent in what I see today. You go to any restaurant, anyone, it doesn't matter which one it is, and you will see the parent just give the kid like a tablet to look at. That's it. They don't say, "How was your day? Oh, are you enjoying the hamburger?" Or like, anything, just small conversations, right? They just throw a tablet at the child, and then the child's just eating a French fry, watching a Fortnite video, which is literally exactly what I saw last time. These kids are watching streamers play Fortnite, and they're like 5 years old. Dude, when I was 5 years old, I was playing with like Lincoln Logs or like going outside and like trying to like, I mean, I hate to say climbing trees, but I mean climbing trees, exploring the forest, just seeing nature, crossing over logs, over streams and stuff. I was literally outside doing everything, that wasn't technology related. I couldn't imagine being 5 and watching a streamer. I can't even allow that to happen, for my children personally when I do have them. That's not happening. I'm gonna be definitely very involved, and, it's difficult to well, not difficult, it's easy to say it now, be like, "Oh, yeah, wait until then," but, I feel like I just have a very empathetic heart, in general. I don't know how else to explain it. It just feels like I almost feel more than, like, other people feel, and, what I mean by that is, like, I've just I don't know what it is about me. I really don't. If I see someone in need or something like that, I can't take it. I just can't, um, pass it by, you know? I've I distinctly remember one time, like, I was going out to get some groceries on Thanksgiving with a family member, and I saw this mother and daughter outside on Thanksgiving, and, they were asking for money and stuff, and, like, we drove in, right, and I saw that, and I was like, "I'm gonna give them some money." Like, I went to pay for my stuff, asked for some cash back, and then, I told them, "Hey, pull over here. I'm gonna give them some money." And this isn't to toot my own horn or I don't want any commendations or anything for that. I just think that's the right thing to do. If you can do it, just do it. I mean, that's the hardest one. If you see like a mother and a daughter or a mother and a son, which I've seen both of those situations, um, and I ended up giving whatever I had in my wallet, And I've had mothers, cry saying, thank you so much. You have no idea what this means to me." But I know other people will just pass them by. They just pass them by, they just drive by and they think someone else will handle it. Someone else will handle it. That's not always the case, you know. I mean, do you have any idea how much guts it takes for a mother or a father or whoever, especially with their children? They're standing outside and they're begging for money. It is an unfathomable um thing to be able to do that. Like that's your pride. You're taking away any pride you have. You're taking it all away and say, "Listen, I need help. Like I'm this is it. I need help." And I can't pass those people by. I just can't. I can't do it. And I don't think there's anything wrong with me for feeling that way. I just think certain things I'm very empathetic towards. And that's one of them is anything that feels like it's cast aside from society or it's unwanted. Unwanted is a very good one. Something that is unwanted, I can't help it. I that's it's in me. I can't I can't pass it by. I mean, animals, people, I can't look at something that's unwanted and, not try and help. Speaking of that, I actually have a female cat that was abused, and specifically, I know for a fact it was abused by men because she will run away from men. And when we first got her, um, she would run away from me no matter what. And even still to this day, she'll run from me, but she's a little bit more um, understanding. Like this is the lifestyle with a man. And what's funny is, she'll actually, like, get up on our bed, like, when we're sleeping. That's when she feels safest, I guess, around men, is, when they're laying down, they're asleep. So me and my girl will be laying down, and, she'll just start meowing like a little kitten or whatever, and I'm like, "This is so confusing." And she'll hop up on us, and then she'll like present her belly for me to like rub it or whatever. And it's so funny because if my girl tries to touch her belly at all, she'll attack her, like literally attack her. It's like she's fearful to touch the female cat's belly. But with me, she's like, "Oh, it's like I'm her daddy or something, you know. I just, pet her, tell her it's okay, and she's happy, you know." But, that's like a good example. Like she was unwanted, she was abused, and I can't even tell you what type it is because um she seems very guarded. Um like like if you understand what I'm saying, she's very guarded of herself. Um but yeah, I mean, I'm not here trying to like rile anyone's emotions and stuff like that. I've seen that a lot of my good producing videos specifically are videos where people can kind of get angry at it. And that's not even, I promise you, that's not even my goal. I have no inkling or care to make anyone angry, but I do realize that that does make for good content. When you make someone angry, or you cause a divisiveness, that's a better way. Like, it's like, have like 30% of the possible audience be angry at what you say. It'll do good. It'll do good. And that was never my goal or anything like that. I just wanted to talk, I wanted to come here and talk and, talk about things that are important to me and just things that I see in general. I'm not a negative person. I don't have a reason to be negative, you know. I'm waking up and doing this and I'm not making any money from it. I'm doing this just because I feel like some people need to hear what I have to say. And, there's been a select few people that have, left comments and talked and said very specific um, things that happen in their life and how they can relate. And to those people, I really am grateful that you would even share those types of stories, share those things with us. Um, it was a big motivator to see that the things that I'm saying are reaching people, right? And I really do appreciate every single person that watches these videos, especially if you've watched this long. I'm thinking of making this more of a common thing of making my videos longer than 10 minutes. Less than 30. This 20-ish minute point seems to be what I feel like making right now. If you guys don't want that, you want me to go back to 10-minute videos, that's fine too. But we are reaching almost 100 subscribers on this channel, which is absolutely crazy. I had no subscribers and now we're almost at 100. So I'm being serious. I am so grateful for every single person that likes this video, comments on this video, and subscribes. You have no idea how much like that actually impacts me. It's it's so funny because like I actually called my girl. I was like, "Look, this video got this many views," and she was like, "Oh my gosh, that's so happy! Like that's so crazy! I'm so happy for you and stuff." And it's like, I'm doing it just because I want to do it. And like I said before, I don't feel like making anyone angry. I understand making people angry is the easiest way to get engagement. And that doesn't mean I'm a fence sitter either. I'm not fence sitting. I promise that. There's certain things that I just will not tolerate and accept. And I'll wrap this video up with that. I don't care who you are, what you do, or what you believe. I just follow good people. That's it. I only want to follow good people. I only want to be friends with good people. I only want to know good people. I just want to be surrounded by good people. If you're an evil person, I don't want to be around you. I'll pray for you. I'll do that. Um, I think, well, let me back up just slightly before I end this. I think there's a good difference between good people, bad people, and then evil people. There's bad people that can definitely be redeemed. And maybe to a certain extent, evil can be redeemed, but when I say evil, I mean the worst evil you can think of, especially against children. I'm completely against that. And if you have a problem with that, I really don't care because I think children are the most important thing that you should be protecting in this society. And if you have a problem with that, I don't care. I really don't. Something's wrong with you, not with me. But that's going to do it for this video. Thank you for stopping by the bonfire, and I would appreciate if you liked, subscribed, and commented. So that'll do it for this video. Catch you by the bonfire. Peace.